Hey everybody, Rob Childs here, a Rapier swordsman out of the United States, here with another short video on some Rapier combat knowledge. Now those of you who have fenced me before have seen that I have a number of signature moves that I will use, and today I'm going to give you an inside look at one of those signature moves and how it works and who I use it against. So most of you are probably familiar with the children's toy known as the Jack-in-the-Box. For those of you who don't know, it's a music box with a crank on it, and after it finishes playing the music, it startles you with a puppet jumping out of the top. Well, there's an attack that I use that uses that similar tactic of surprise and stealth. So the type of person that you can use this attack against is the opponent who either A, stands still when you throw an attack at them, which by the way is entirely too many swordsmen to this day out there, and then also you can use this against the person who likes to leap away from you at the slightest motion that you make toward them. It's just a different application as to when you apply it against them. But I'm going to show you exactly how to use this on both accounts. So there are a great many swordsmen out there that when you throw a shot at their leg, rather than take a retreat step away from that incoming attack, they will instead pull that lead leg back for just a moment, sort of hovering off balance there while you are recovering. Now, I see this in my opponents. This immediately makes them a prime target for this Jack-in-the-Box attack. So what I will do is that I will throw the first precursor action is a feint toward the leg. Now, since we've already established that this particular person is one who pulls their leg back, you can count on the fact that they're going to be off balance for that one segment of time. That is going to be the moment that you actually execute the real attack that is involved in the Jack-in-the-Box, right? So you throw that feint at the leg, the opponent pulls that leg back, and then from that position, you shoot straight line right up into the face. Now, you have to do this while you are still covering your opponent's sword with your offhand or dagger or baton, whatever the case may be, because, as always, we don't want to introduce luck into the way that we fence. So we're going to do so with that adaptive dagger concept I talked about in an earlier video. So again, you throw the shot at the leg, it's a feint, don't overcommit to it, and then when you see that leg pull back, you shoot a straight line from the tip straight to your opponent's face at the end of the attack. Kind of like this. Let's talk about the harder target when it comes to employing this particular tactic. And I'm talking about the opponent who is jumping away from you at every slightest movement that you make, right? So if you were to feint at that leg like that and the opponent leaps away, well, now they've leapt so far back that they are out of your range to do that attack from low to high. That's okay, because that too is a pattern, and patterns can be broken. What you do is about timing. When your opponent takes that step eventually, and they will eventually take that step back toward you, that is when you launch into the shot. Now that concept that I have talked about before called in-between time is what you're utilizing in this particular instance. So as your opponent takes that step back toward you, just as that front foot steps down, you will launch into the full complete sequence of Jack-in-the-Box. That step comes forward right when that front foot lands, you throw the feint, and then as that person is stopped suddenly because they think that there's an attack coming in, you shoot straight up into the face. And it looks kind of like this. Once you have this attack down, it is exceedingly effective. It encompasses both stealth and surprise into this very fast rapier thrust target straight to the head. Now, I don't know what your personal experience may be, but for me, I have found that the head is one of the least defended targets on the body, which is why it makes this attack in particular so effective. So, if you have any questions on this, please feel free to reach out to me on the YouTube channel. You can reach out to me on Facebook. I am more than happy to answer any questions you may have. But in the meantime, I hope you guys are staying safe, training hard, and I look forward to meeting you guys at a tournament someday soon.